Hello and welcome to the channel. So nice to have you here with me today. For today's topic, we will be discussing what is going to be going on for you during this Mars retrograde period and what advice you need for this time, what you need to know about it. Very in-depth reading today. So do have three options for you to choose from. You can choose intuitively since you can't see what's on their cards, but I will show you what is on them in just a second. If you already know what you want to do, the timestamps are in the description box for you to go on to your portion of the reading. But I did want to just explain what exactly is the Mars retrograde. But now, making the decision to do that after I show the options. So I'll do that and then we'll get into what exactly the Mars retrograde is. So let's start with group 1. For your card, group 1, we have card number 39, New Life. So interesting. I don't even know what's on these cards, so as much of a surprise for me as it is for you. So let's see, group 3, please. I mean 2, sorry, group 2. Group 2, this is your card number 8, Community. Alrighty. And last but not least, to group 3. Sorry, I just finished filming this group actually, so probably why you're fresh on my mind, group 3, but this is your card. So very interesting, card number 35. So yes, these are the 3 groups. Take as much time as you need to choose. Like I said, the timestamps are in the description box, so do what you will with that information, and I will explain what the Mars retrograde is, so stay tuned for that. But for those of you that are going to your reading, I hope you enjoy. Leave it a like if you enjoy it and subscribe, and yeah. So hello again and welcome to this portion about what exactly the Mars retrograde is, what it means, and why there is an astrological significance to it. So let's start off with the basis of what Mars represents. So Mars is the planet of action, desire, motivation, our primal energy, the side of us that wants to achieve and acquire things. And it also represents our sexual energies. So when a planet goes retrograde, it really means basically in the sky, the planet begins to slow down and then it starts to move backwards. And for Mars, this happens every 2 years or roughly 26 months, I believe. So when this happens, and when any planet goes retrograde, it's a time for reflection, a time for reviewing, and specifically with the planet being Mars, reviewing your actions or reviewing certain ways that you go about achieving things or acquiring things, or how you take action in general, and if it is fulfilling you, if it is still aligned with you, and how you show up in the world. So I'll give some examples of Mars placements, and how it affects you also is determined by your birth chart and your rising sign to see where Mars falls in your birth chart. So let's say you have Mars in Leo and it's in the 7th house. So if you have Mars in Leo in general, you are driven to be recognized for your efforts. You have creativity, excuse me. You have creativity that you want to share with the world. You want to inspire others with your talent. You really just want to shine your light and be a beacon of inspiration for others. And if it's in the 7th house, if you have Mars in the 7th house in Leo, then you would want to be recognized for your efforts in making connections with other people, or how you show up for other people in one-on-one interactions, or with close connections and partnerships that you have formed. Let's bring up another example. Let's say Mars in Pisces in the 4th house. So if you have Mars in Pisces, you're more driven by dreams, imagination, romanticism, inspiration, and creativity as well, but it's in a different expression than, say, a Leo. If you have Mars in Pisces in the 4th house, maybe and it's going retrograde. Also, Mars in Pisces makes me think of spirituality as well, and being very in tune with your emotions, being driven a little bit by your emotions sometimes. But with the example, Mars in Pisces in the 4th house going retrograde, maybe looking at how you approach your home and family life, or what actions you're taking to make your home and family life more compassionate, gentle, bringing more spirituality into your private life, because the 4th house also talks about the private life. But those are just a few examples to get your head wrapped around how this manifests, how this planet makes an impact on someone's life. But this reading is centering on how it is affecting you in general. So I haven't decided to make a astrology video about, Mars going through the different houses. Maybe I will. We'll see. It sounds like an interesting idea, but I just wanted to give you a little bit of insight about what this event means. So that is all I have for you right now. We're going to go on into the readings. The timestamps are in the description box below. So if you already know your choices or options, go on to the link in the description box, and I hope you enjoy your reading. Let me know in the comments how it resonates, and leave it a like and subscribe if you enjoy. And I just want to say thank you. So blessed to have you here with me. So thank you again. Enjoy this video and the rest of your evening, day, or night. And yeah, bye. Hello, group 1. So nice to have you here with me today. So for this reading, we're going to jump into what's going on for you during this Mars in retrograde period, which I feel is going to be happening until March. We're not going to get stuck on timing. Just know that this is for the Mars retrograde. So these cards that I have here are highlighting the theme of this period for you, what will be the main focus, and then we're going to get some cards about what else you need to know and some advice during this time. So let's jump in. For you, we have card number 50, No Place Like Home. Whoa. Trust. Companionship. Giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. In full moon in Pisces, balance spirituality and practicality. So group 1, immediately, I feel that a highlight or a theme for your Mars retrograde period is how you connect with others, but mainly how your connection with yourself influences how you are able to connect and interact with other people on a level that helps you to feel safe and secure within yourself, and not feeling like you have to hide certain aspects of yourself in fear that it won't be accepted, or even just a level of maybe some trust issues being highlighted. I feel like this Mars retrograde is really helping you to reflect on how you have been presenting yourself in the world, what ways that you've been maybe not trusting in your ability to connect on a deeper level than maybe you're used to. I feel there's a blockage, at least for you, in the realm of feeling like you are able to be open and honest and vulnerable. And I feel this Mars retrograde is helping you to get more in touch with those parts of yourself that may be a bit more closed off, so that you can accept in new connections, new experiences, new endeavors that help you to feel more aligned with what is true for you. With this trust as well, I do feel that there will be certain situations or circumstances that come up for you to really reflect on. When you have trust that something will go a particular way, you're kind of directing how things will play out. So let's say you are wanting a certain position in your job, or you're wanting a certain relationship with someone. If you have in your mind that it will go this way or it won't go that way, it's really up to your belief systems. And I really feel, hopefully that wasn't too confusing, that it's highlighting your belief systems not only around other people, but within yourself. Do you feel capable of having certain connections or certain opportunities that will be presented to you over the course of this time? And how do you take action towards what it is that you want? I feel this is a little side message. I feel that sometimes you feel that your effort isn't recognized, or that just because you're not seeing something right now, it's hard for you to continue to put in the effort towards it. It's like you have a certain mindset about, or a certain perception of you have a certain perception of situations, and sometimes that can prevent you seeing the fruits of your investment, because maybe you psyched yourself out too soon. Or I really feel a need to break out of a certain cycle of maybe not trusting an outcome, or limiting beliefs that keep you from taking certain actions to help you to get to where you're trying to go. A need to break out of a pattern that maybe you're stuck in right now. And I feel like it's affecting your perception of life in general, but also your ability to truly and intimately connect with other people. So much going on. Maybe you'll feel like there is a lot going on, and you're gonna be trying to find like stable grounding. What I'm really feeling is a need to get grounded for you. Maybe that's part of your advice later on that we'll get into, but I do feel that a lot of emotions are going to be coming up to the surface for sure. For sure. I'm feeling all the emotions. Okay, there's an undercurrent within you, group one, and maybe this is going to be initiated or provoked by a certain experience or meeting a certain someone, but it's really going to ask you to be okay with feeling the sphere of emotion, not just saying that you're allowed to feel this way and not this way, but opening the door to really be understood and allowing people in. I feel maybe you've been a bit closed off, or you have a fear of the past repeating itself, but I do feel a need to ground and connect with the emotions that do come up, so that you can have more clarity about
what you need to do to progress the situation forward. Now, this could be regarding a certain someone, a group of people, an organization, a position, a job. It really can kind of spread throughout, especially depending on your placements in your birth chart and your rising sign specifically. But we're not going to focus on that too much right now. This is the tarot portion, okay? However, I feel that there needs to be some time for introspection as well, okay? With this house here, it's like coming home. This is really interesting. The imagery is screaming at me right now. But I feel like there's a lot of hidden talents and a lot of hidden gems within you that may be blocked out of shame or just a lack of appreciation for those parts of yourself. Possibly because in the past or even from your childhood, you could have been condemned or shamed for certain interests that you had, or maybe some activities that you were wanting to be involved in were not as valued as others. I really see a need to just connect with yourself and what can truly bring you a sense of joy and contentment without having to rely on anything outside of you, whether that be overindulgence because, a need to feel something. I don't know, I'm feeling like I'm getting a little bit deep. But I do see a need to release some habits or some behavior patterns or just some communication styles and mentalities or mindsets that you may have so that you can become more open to the opportunities that are trying to flow in towards you, and you can feel more connected with your sense of knowing that you're making decisions based on your truth, and that is all you can do. You cannot condemn yourself for really trying your best. The thing I feel is to know that you tried your best, and if you feel like you are not trying your best, then allow this Mars retrograde period to help you gain the endurance, the confidence, and the willpower to make the moves necessary to help you feel more proud of yourself. I guess proud of yourself. Is that the word I want to use? Yeah, why not? I think that we should all be proud of ourselves and the efforts that we put in, for sure. But I do feel, outside of all that I've said already, because I've already forgotten most of what I've said. I do feel that relationships are quite important for you, Group 1, and how you relate to other people. Do you come from a balanced perspective, or do you carry any emotional baggage with you? Yeah, I do see a need to release maybe some long-held emotion so that you can be more open. Because how can something come in when you're already so full? And what are you full of? Yeah, let's keep going. Let's keep going. But I do feel big changes, okay? Whether that be on an internal level, like you're changing a lot internally, or just a new beginning somewhere in your life. Like I said, it can be in the realm of relationships, finances, career, groups. I'm getting a lot, so let's keep going. Oh, one quick thing is to be clear. I feel this time is also about clarity in what is real and what is not, and being able to decipher between those two things. Breaking out of any mentalities or mindsets or situations that are full of deceit or full of a certain level of manipulation, but also just not being able to see things clearly or focusing on a lot of hearsay. I do feel a need to be clear, and honesty being the main priority. Honesty within self and honesty with others. So that's what's going to build real trust. Okay, so there's a lot, right? That one. Let's see. Anything else they need to know about their Mars retrograde? A period, please, Spirit. Anything else they need to know about this Mars retrograde? Yeah, time of progressing forward and moving on. Leaving behind old parts of yourself as well, especially how you communicate and how you talk to yourself. What language are you using? And being more considerate with the words that you use. And definitely a development of your communication. The Mars, when I'm filming this, Mars in retrograde is happening in the sign of Gemini. So, for sure, with Gemini being the sign associated with communication and words, I do feel that that's a major thing of making sure that the words that come out of your mouth are representative of what you really want to say, not just speaking out of emotion or speaking from a place of imbalanced or unprocessed thoughts. You know, taking more time with yourself as well. Very interesting. Can we get more, Spirit, please? I feel a need to say to not resist change. This can also be pertaining to a very deep and transformative internal change going on, especially in how you communicate and how you allow yourself to feel what emotions mean to you, and if you make time for your emotions. I do sense a need to release any lack mentality or feeling like you have to be rigid or super obsessive over something that you want. Now this probably, I don't know if this will apply to everyone, but I do feel a need to be more free flowing, more trusting in yourself, because that will open you up to the opportunities, knowing that you don't have to sacrifice yourself or sacrifice a part of you to have something that is really meant for you. If something is meant for you, I don't think it would require you to sacrifice a important part of yourself or to hide a part of yourself. Yeah, it's like no longer hiding or no longer keeping yourself in the background out of fear. And maybe it isn't even consciously that you're doing it. I feel it's a lot of needing to process past relationships even, or past occurrences with people or places or things, you know. Can we get more? I'm getting wrapped up in this energy. Can we get more, please? What else do they need to know? Three of Pentacles reverse. I'll get one more, then I'll speak on it. Anything else they need to know? So yeah, for some of you, I do feel a career shift, and there could be some fear around this of it's time to progress towards something that is calling to you, or it's time for you to listen to your internal compass about what's needing to be changed. But for others, I feel learning to collaborate with other people in a more harmonious and balanced way. Not going at it alone all the time, or not trying to be overly controlling of a certain situation or a certain outcome, but trusting that what is for you will not pass you, and you're taking the actions necessary to ensure that you're doing your part in the exchange with the universe is what I feel. Making sure that you're taking the practical steps to get the blessings that you're wanting. So if you are wanting success in a relationship or in a job or really at anything, are you putting your best foot forward? Are you making sure that you're putting yourself out there? Are you developing your skills? How can you take more grounded action to ensure that your progression and your evolution is on a steady incline? And not being stuck on any past occurrences, continually moving away from your past is what I feel. This Mars retrograde is all about how you approach new beginnings and how you adapt to change. And are you adaptable? Three of Pentacles reversed. Yeah, being able to communicate when there is a problem, if there is conflict or if there is some imbalance in a certain relationship or a certain area of your life, being able to develop a new way of expressing that, you know, taking more time to just to think and to act, being more methodical with your actions, being more methodical with your approach. And a way to do that is to balance your emotions, I feel. Your emotions and other people feel very important during this Mars retrograde. So yeah, the Two of Cups, being more diplomatic and not allowing any fearful thoughts or any limiting beliefs keep you from expressing yourself in an authentic way, and ensuring that you're not procrastinating or anything as well, or getting distracted by frivolous activities or things. You know, have your fun, but ensure that you're dedicating enough time and energy to the places that require it. Yeah. But I do feel a need to maybe look at your finances and your career and how you're approaching that, and making changes in any area of your life that requires change, not holding on to anything that you know is falling away. Yeah. And being able to be more balanced and open in relationships as well. I keep bringing up relationships, but I do feel that connections and how you go about forming connections is important. So let's get a bit more. Oh, this is the advice. So let's get some advice for you during this Mars retrograde. What advice do you have for group 1 for this Mars retrograde? What advice do you have for group 1? There we go with the emotions. Allow the emotions to come up. Allow them to surface. Communicate how you feel, even. But also not getting so wrapped up in your emotions and making sure that you are viewing them from a more objective standpoint. I do feel the need to zoom out. Like maybe you have a very hyper-focused view of your situation and it's asking for you to see from a higher perspective and to be delighted by your present. Being more present and in the moment, being more grounded, and allowing surprises to happen. Not feeling like you need to know everything, or not giving enough time to play, or not giving yourself the space to feel all that you feel without judgment. Yeah. So let's keep going, because I just feel like I'm channeling. So can we get more advice, please, Spirit? Should I take that one? Interesting. Don't feel like you're powerless. Stand in your power and understand that you have what you need. Yeah, not becoming overwhelmed by how much may be going on, but having a firm understanding of who you are, what you want, what you need, what you desire, and putting your best foot forward despite any opposition that may pop up. Also, for some of you, maybe you need to get your car checked out or ensure that your car has the maintenance that it needs. Yeah, that's could be for a few of you. But with this Seven of Cups reversed, not getting sidetracked by others' opinions as well, and being mindful of the projections that you may put on others. Ensuring that you're not projecting a certain view of someone, but staying clear and grounded on how you see people. I'm feeling the need to say no rose-colored glasses, okay? Or not viewing someone worse than they are. It can really go either way. But just being able to be grounded and see people as they present themselves and not project a certain persona onto them, but also to be mindful of the things that you tell yourself. What is the internal dialogue that goes on? And I feel a need to say, don't, when you're in a state of not knowing, don't allow that to overwhelm you. Confusion is good, okay, up to a certain point. You know, confusion helps you to seek the answer. It helps you to keep pushing forward. But don't allow the confusion to make you feel like you are just out of control. I feel like certain things are happening so that you can come to yourself. You know, it's like a journey home of being able to trust yourself and trust your feelings and trust your emotions and to feel them. And making sure that you're not mistaking fear for intuition. For sure. So can we get more, please? Any other advice? Yeah, and it landed right there. Releasing some built up emotion. I keep feeling like you guys are full of emotion, full of something that needs to be released. Okay, and I'm really seeing that you don't have to be in control all the time, or tapping into a sense of where do you like to have control, because I feel like wherever Mars is happening for you, things are going to be going out of your control, and it may feel like you're constantly up against opposition, but I feel like it gets to a certain point that, you know, you just have to try a new route, you know, develop a new plan, because the old ways are not going to work. And if you continue to try to go about things the way that you have been, you're going to feel defeated. You're going to feel like you're, you know, exhausted, and you're constantly being tested. But I feel if you see these things happening and you come at it from a new way, coming up with new methods, new habits, new styles of interacting with the world, things will look a lot brighter, okay? And you won't be struggling to pick up the pieces of your past any longer. So that was a loaded one, wasn't it? It was a loaded message. Overall, just feeling the need to release emotions and release control over things that you do not have control over. I feel for you, the serenity prayer will be great. I'm going to say it for you right now. For group 1, please, God, grant them the serenity to accept the things they cannot change, the courage to change the things that they can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So, can we get more for group 1 advice? You know what? We're going to put that there, and we're going to get one more, okay? Just one, please, Spirit, one more advice. One more. And 9 of Pentacles reverse with the 5 of Wands. You know, I get a lot from this. For one, I feel the need to feel more comfortable within yourself to not overgive any of your resources that you may not have to give. Be more mindful of who you are as an individual and how you express that. That's not exactly what I want to say. Being more mindful of what makes you feel independent, what gives you a sense of freedom, and how can you make or take actions towards that sense of freedom. What outside of you is causing too much conflict and too much stress? What is, yeah, I'm not liking that energy. What is causing too much conflict in your life, and seeing how you can take the action to disconnect from that. Yeah, and Nine of Pentacles reversed is interesting. Ensuring that you're not clinging on to certain things that you know are limiting your progression to success, or limiting your sense of independence. How can you feel more free and independent is what I get from this, and taking more time out to honor your needs and what it is that you want, getting in connection with your desires, and feeling like it's okay to have them, you know, sorting through what's really a desire for you and what isn't. So, yeah, getting real about what you truly want. So maybe I'll get just one of these. Just one, please. For anything else. First house and third house. Yes, how you communicate and how you present yourself to others is very important. So I do feel that you're undergoing a change in how you present yourself and how you feel about yourself in general. And the first house kind of makes me think like a lot of areas are being sorry about the noise, you guys. A lot of areas of your life are being influenced. So how you feel about yourself will be projected into your relationships and your career and your private life. So hopefully that makes sense. Do feel with this third house, you know, incorporating more hobbies or more activities that get you out of your comfort zone. But that is what I have for you, group one. Hopefully it resonated with you. Let me know in the comments, and I'm wishing you the best of luck during this Mars retrograde period. If you enjoyed, leave it a like, subscribe, and hopefully let me know how it goes, you know. So thank you again, sending you the best of luck and love, and I'll talk to you later. Bye. Hello and welcome, group two. So nice to have you here with me today to find out about what is going on for you during this Mars retrograde period. So these oracle cards will be highlighting the theme for you during that time. Then we're going to get some tarot to find out a little bit more and to get some advice for you for that time. So let's jump in. We have card number 31, why? That card made me think of Curious George. Card number 22, blessed. Change. New moon in Capricorn, your hard work is paying off. Sorry. Of course. Full moon in Virgo, you are good enough. Of course you are. Waxing crescent moon, have faith in your dreams. And blue moon, believe in the impossible. So group group 2, yeah, I'm definitely feeling some perfectionistic qualities, okay, especially with this earth energy. Very earthy. You don't have to be an earth sign, but I feel like you're very focused on the practicalities of life, very focused on the realistic aspects. And I do feel this critical side, like being very keen on what isn't working and what is, and trying to get down to the reason why, or down to the, like, discovering the answers to something. I feel a restless search a little bit for meaning or for purpose. And I feel this time during the Mars retrograde, you'll be getting a lot of those answers, and maybe not in the way that you would have expected. I feel for you, group 2, there is a tendency to be more pessimistic, or to always wait for the other shoe to drop, or feel like, you know, if things are going good, it's like, how long is this gonna last? It's like you're skeptical of good things coming to you. And I feel that this Mars retrograde is really highlighting the fact that you are worthy of good things. You are worthy of not having a stipulation to a blessing, or not feeling like just because you're getting a good thing means that something bad has to happen. I feel like you're shifting a certain mindset, or the Mars retrograde period is helping you to come into experiences and situations that promote reflection on why you may think certain ways, or why you may be overly skeptical or overly critical of others, or even just yourself. I feel if you are overly critical of yourself, then that extends outwardly, and you begin to maybe criticize or judge others harsher than necessary. But it's only because I feel that you strive for efficiency, perfection, or just a good level of quality. I feel a very keen focus on quality, and always feeling like you need to improve. And I feel, oh my god, there's a bug. Please, no. Sorry. Goodness, why now? Why now? 1 second, please. Sorry about that, group 2. Let's get back to your reading. I am going to be honest, I kind of forgot where I left off, but we're just going to jump back into what flows to me. So I do feel that you are wanting to constantly improve, or you're looking at where certain aspects of your life are maybe not as aligned as you want them to be. But I do feel this Mars retrograde is helping you to alleviate some of that criticism, or some of that, I feel like you're being very hard on yourself for some reason, or there's a tendency to be hard on yourself. And I do feel that, you know, past actions are going to be reaping rewards during this time, and it's going to help you to see that, you know, yes, your dedication and your efficiency to yourself in improving your life is paying off, but making sure that you're not trying to prove yourself, and you're not tying your productivity or your success to your worth. I do feel this period of time is helping you to connect more with your sense of security, and your sense of being innately deserving of what you want. You know, I do feel, yes, there is work that has to go into getting the things that you desire, but it's not that you have to work super, super hard, almost to the point of exhaustion, or to the point of burning yourself out, to feel worthy of having what it is that you want. And I do feel that there's a tendency for earth signs, mainly Virgo and Capricorn, to overexert themselves for whatever goal they're trying to accomplish, or they do have an underlying sense of feeling the need to prove themselves in a way because of the planets that rule them. Saturn rules Capricorn and Mercury with Virgo. It's like, I mean, those two signs are quite different, but you know, maybe I'll talk about astrology in a different video, but let's focus on these cards. I do feel that you're going to be met with situations that help you to have a bit more fun, you know, have a bit more faith in the universe, and help you to feel like you are supported, you are blessed, you are fortunate, because I do feel a lot of fortune, a lot of good luck, a lot of blessings making their way to you. But I do feel that a stipulation could be yourself, of you getting in your own way, of feeling like this is too good to be true. Is this really for me? Do I really deserve this? You know, it's a lot of questioning of yourself, I feel, and maybe this is good. I do feel, you know, yes, we go through tough lessons and tough experiences for the purpose of gaining wisdom, but I think for the most part, for you, group 2 at least, I think and I feel that you've been through enough. You know, it's not like you are going to have to continually face opposition. You know, eventually you're going to have to meet a trine aspect or an easy flowing time. Life goes in waves, I feel, and the time Mars retrograde, I feel like it is time for you to ride that wave, you know, kind of enjoy that time, because I feel for you, you've been going through a lot, you know, emotionally and practically. I feel like it is extending to many aspects of your life, relationships, whether that be with friendships or family or romantic partners, to even how you view yourself, how you talk to yourself, and your career as well. I feel like it's really touching a lot of aspects, and a lot of those places have been challenging for you at some point. And yeah, I do feel this is a time of reflection of how much work you have put in and how deserving of rewards your work is. You know, I feel like you've gone long enough without seeing progress, or you've gone long enough without seeing the fruits of your labor. And, you know, with these two earth signs, you know, earth is about determination, about really sowing your seeds and tending to your garden. And I feel like you've been doing that. You know, I feel like it's time. That's what I feel like, it's time. And this time for you is building up your faith. I do feel, because, you know, if you continue to go on without seeing results, I feel like, you know, that would just be cruel. And I don't think the universe is cruel, okay? The most benevolent is what I feel. So, yeah, I think they know, you know, it's like, it makes me think the universe is saying, oh, the baby needs a break. You know, they deserve it. So I feel like a lot of positive changes that maybe you're not expecting. For some of you, you might have a clue about where these changes might be going on. Specifically, if you've been working very hard at a career aspect of your life, or on your health or your habits. Mainly health, habits, career, and finances is where I feel changes may be occurring for the better for you. Health, for sure. But we'll get more information about what you need to know with the tarot cards. But I do feel like I still need to focus a little bit more on these cards. I just got this song from, what is that movie called? The sun will come out tomorrow, magic on tomorrow. Annie? Tomorrow. I think it is Annie. Yes, I love that. It's like, love ya tomorrow. Yes, I don't know, sorry, it's very optimistic. I feel you're gonna be feeling a lot more optimistic. You're gonna see that the sun is now shining. The darkness of your past is clearing away, and a lot of the things that you thought were not possible are going to seem more possible for you. And it's really up to you to see that things are changing for you, to not be held back by your past or disappointments from your past, and not to have this mentality that just because you've experienced that in your past, that is a reflection of what your future is going to be. Your past is never your future unless you make it. So I do feel a lot of the power is in your hands to accept what is coming to you. For sure. And I love that. You know, I really feel like you're very deserving of this. And for some of you, I feel that's hard to believe, or it is going to be challenging your belief systems about how you view yourself and how much confidence you really have, you know, and making sure that you're having a true sense of confidence that's not based on something outside of yourself. Yes. But I do feel a lot of positive changes. We love that. I love it. And I love earth energy, you know. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, very interesting. I personally have these two signs very prominently in my chart. So we are going to get a little bit more for you, group 2. Let's see what else they would like you to know about this Mars retrograde period. Let's see. Oh my goodness, these perfectionist qualities are coming out, aren't they? Please, let's chill. Okay. And I feel like it's not centered. Anyway, let's look at that. Wow. So for some of you, I feel like you could be thinking about going back to school, or you already might be in school, or you're thinking about working for a certain institution or for a certain constitution. I don't know. However, with this Hierophant, I do feel a lot more spirituality, or a lot more belief in something greater than you, maybe zooming out a bit. We have a lot of earth energy, feeling a lot more grounded. I do feel this is a time during this Mars retrograde to connect more deeply with yourself and how you connect with your spirituality and what that means for you. Being more committed to a certain routine as well, and yeah, following that routine, not, you know, diverging from the plan. I feel like having a plan and sticking to it because it's working. You know, what you're doing is working. I just feel like a certain mindset might make you feel as if it's not, but it is. Okay, so stick to the plan. Stick to the plan. No overindulging as well. You know, I do feel that you're wanting a good time, and it is coming, okay? It is coming. But don't rest on your laurels, I feel, and also avoid any gossip, because I do feel that that might be coming up, you know. So just to let you know. But for sure with this, internal dialogue is very important, and making sure that you're being very gentle and compassionate to yourself, and maybe see if you are being too critical. However, I do feel staying committed to whatever project, whatever course, whatever job, whatever it is, anything that you have been planning to do, stick to it, is what I feel. Stick to it. Can we get more, please? Can we get more? The sun will come out. There we go. That's y'all's song for sure. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow. Look at that. The sun will come out. It will. You will rise above all that you face. Yes, you will. I feel a very Now it's making me think of the Karate Kid, like a young grasshopper. You know, it's like you've been going through training, and now it's time for the big leagues. It's time for the what am I trying to say? I just feel like you're leveling up, you're gaining new inspiration, new insights. I feel like a wisening, and being able to really develop a strong sense of knowing about what you want to do and the effort required to get you to that level or to that point. Feeling a lot of passionate and determined, driven energy and action. A lot of focused action and knowing what you want and not being turned away. I feel like you're standing up for your beliefs, you're standing up for what you know is right for you, despite what other people may think or want. Especially regarding your life. So let's say that you're wanting to make a career shift, but if you're married, your partner is like, oh, that's not really a good idea because whatever. whatever. But you're like, I know my soul is calling for me to do this. I've been really thinking about this long and hard. And I just feel like I can't let anything prevent me from making this change. You're gonna end up doing it, and it's gonna turn out really well for you. So don't allow others to prevent you from shining your light. Don't dim your light for anybody, and follow your heart. You know, follow what your soul is calling to you. Not saying to throw caution to the wind or to completely not regard the logical practicalities of life, but it's a balance between what your mind and your heart are telling you. Now it's making me think of the Two of Swords. You know, don't stay in this contemplative energy for too long because you are going to eventually have to make a decision, but stand up for what you know is right for you, and don't be intimidated by any opposition or any challenges that might pose themselves, because they're all helping you to elevate or help you to have a stronger sense of who you are and what you truly value. A lot about values for sure. So definitely during this Mars retrograde period is analyzing what your values are and what you really stand for. So can we get more, please? A bit more. Rest your mind. Yes. Contemplation about, I feel like what I just said, contemplation about what you truly want, what you truly value, and what needs to be released, what baggage or certain communication styles or patterns that you have that are not working anymore, and how can you make more time for yourself to just chill. You know, I feel with this Four of Swords is asking for you to rest, because I do feel there's a lot going on for you, and it's not in a bad way. I do feel a lot of positive changes, a lot of positive progress, a lot of positive progress, excuse me. But it is asking for you to not be too impulsive or to not be too antsy fancy. I don't know, like I feel like you guys like to be busy, and that's great, you know, do what you gotta do. But I do feel that this Mars retrograde is asking for you to chill out, or you will be forced to chill. So you don't want to be forced to chill. You might want to take it upon yourself to, you know, take a little break sometimes, or make time in your schedule to chill, or any spiritual practices or rituals that you like to do, incorporate that into a daily, maybe a daily routine, but a weekly routine. Like maybe every Sunday you take a bath, light some candles, and have your favorite cup of tea, you know, whatever. That sounds quite nice to me, and I'm sure for you, if you are quite earthy, you would like the sound of that as well. So let's keep going. Let's get some more cards for you. Group 2, what else do I need to know? Okay, and Four of Wands, very interesting. I do feel a lot of healing of the self. Oh, I love that. Wow, this is quite powerful. That Nine of Pentacles, clearing away any insecurities or self-doubt, because I feel like a lot of the instability in your life could stem from a level of insecurity within the self and not being able to trust yourself to make the decisions that you know are right for you. Maybe tempering your need for other people's opinions and your own. I feel like don't ask for other people's opinions until you have come to a foundation of understanding within yourself. Yes, always, I feel like it's always a great tool to reach out and get different perspectives, but at the same time, I do feel that it's extremely important to have an idea of what you want already so that you are not swayed by all the different outlooks. I do see a lot of focus on self-love and making sure that you're putting yourself first, making yourself a priority, and not overly giving to any situation. I do feel a need to make sure that your resources are not being overly used. And coming to a balance so that you can still feel independent and still have what you need, but also you're able to give, but always having enough for yourself so that you're not feeling resentful or feeling like you're lacking something or feeling like a martyr. Making that time for yourself, because I feel like you have a lot going on, group 2, especially during this time. You're going to be having a lot going on, so it's very important for you to make time for yourself, and maybe even changing the way your home environment is, adding more plants or making it more aesthetically pleasing for you. Yeah, something like that, but a lot of healing going on internally for sure. I'll get one more card, Spirit. One more. And how would you like to come out? Okay, we're gonna let that spin. We love that. Perfect, beautiful card to come out for this. I feel a lot of success. Okay. It just feels like you've reached the top of the mountain. You have the best view, okay, and everybody sees you. Ooh, we love that energy. A lot of Jupiter. Is there a lot of Jupiter? I feel like there's a lot of benefics here. We have the Sun, Jupiter, Venus. I feel like this is a really good time. You're going to be feeling a lot more balanced in your emotions as well, a lot more trusting of how you feel, and being able to not feel overwhelmed by your emotions, but to help them, to allow them to help you see what your boundaries are, what you value, and what truly matters, and why you may be feeling certain ways. Not trying to suppress those feelings, but inviting them and really seeing what all of them have to say to you, the good, the bad, the ugly, just letting it be. And I feel like as you go through this journey, during this Mars retrograde period, a lot of success is coming to you, a lot of hope, a lot of celebration, just greatness, but I do feel when this happens, stick to the plan. Don't just feel like, oh, I can relax for the rest of my life. You're gonna still have to get up and do your part, which I feel like you can do. I don't see that being a problem for you, group 2, but just feels really good. A lot of success, a lot of greatness, a lot of hope, a lot of inspiration. Beautiful. Okay, lots of healing, wisdom, insight, clarity, and rest, rejuvenation. These are all the words that are coming to my mind, but let's move on to the advice now. Why don't we? Let's move on. Make sure you can see that. Yes, walking away from anything that's been holding you back. I was talking about the mountains. Definitely, especially emotionally, maybe leaving behind a certain relationship or leaving behind an idea of a certain relationship that is not going to work for you. Sorry, that may not be the most exciting news, but that doesn't have to apply to everybody. I feel like you're understanding that you're a lot more deserving of more, especially in relationships and in your life in general. So you're not going to be settling anymore. I want to say anymore because I feel like maybe in the past you have settled. But let's keep going, okay? Let's keep going. So any advice for them during this time period, Spirit? For group 2. And never give up. Don't ever give up on you. Sometimes life can... Oh my God. Why do the words fleet my mind as I begin to sing the song? Maybe I'll link the songs below so that you know what I'm singing, but it's called Never Give Up by Yolanda Adams. And that's what this card gives me. Like, I know you're tired. Okay. All these songs are coming to my mind. Maybe you really like music. Maybe it's time for you to listen to a little bit more music. But you're not going at this alone. You have a lot of support. And listen, I know you're tired of loving with nobody to love. Nobody. Oh my God, these songs, I love it. Anyway, with this Knight of Wands, it's definitely giving that don't give up, because I do feel a little bit of burnt out energy. Like, dang, I keep facing opposition after opposition. Like, when am I going to get what I want, or get what I deserve? And you are going to. And I feel like the advice is look for the wisdom in the challenges. Don't feel, oh yes, it's like, don't hold on to it as a grudge or as a I feel like with this, like, they're both holding a wand, and it's like, look at all that you've been through and allow it to provide you with wisdom and insight rather than resentment and closed off energy, or being guarded, or feeling like, or losing your sense of hope, losing your sense of optimism. Allow it to provide a lot more understanding about why you had to go through certain situations, and helping you to build up your confidence in your belief about how deserving you are of what you want because of what you've been through. If that makes sense. Wow. Let's keep going. Can we get more advice for group 2? Yeah, it's definitely giving that Capricorn Saturn energy of like having to do the work, maybe monotonous work, or just very tedious task, or maybe even being a little bit bored of what you're doing sometimes because of how repetitive it may be. But I feel that this is just building up your endurance and your strength and your dedication so that you have what you need to sustain the empire that you're building. Whether that be in love, building a strong foundation for the relationship, maybe having to face a lot of challenges in love so that you can build a better sense of yourself and your confidence, or even just in your work, knowing that you can have a dream, but your dream needs a firm foundation so that it can ground, and your past has been helping you to build that foundation for yourself. So can we get more advice for them? Yeah, I do feel a need to move away from maybe gossip or impulsive communication, or maybe certain communication styles that have come from your family that maybe you are reflecting on and thinking like, wow, that may not be the best way of communicating. I feel like revising how you view conflict and developing more conflict resolution skills is going to be good for you, but also releasing any resentment. I keep saying resentment, but I feel there could be maybe a certain conversation you had with someone, or a certain situation that you've had with people that you sometimes ruminate on, or maybe you think that all situations are going to end up like that, but it's like, clear away that mentality and make room for more diplomatic speech. Yeah, It's like I'm just trying to pull the words out of the universe. I don't know. Can we get more advice for them, please? Oh, wow. Interesting. Yeah. Don't focus on what's not working in your life, or don't focus on the discontentment that may be there, because I feel like you're going to miss out on a lot of the opportunities that are right in front of you, and you might get stuck in a cycle of feeling like you're defeated, or you're not seen, or you're not appreciated. I feel that there's a very important cycle that's trying to end so that a beautiful new beginning can emerge for you, and it's requiring you to see your situation from a different perspective, maybe zooming out a bit and looking at the bigger picture. I do feel a lot of inner transformation that's going to help you to accept a lot of the opportunities that are coming to you, but I do feel with this card to not focus on your past, or not focus on what's not fulfilling you, but focus on how you can make moves to be prepared to accept these opportunities that are coming to you. I do feel the opportunities are presenting themselves to you, and it's really your choice, like your mentality, your mindset, and what you believe that you truly desire. Yeah, and allowing changes to happen, like allowing that to happen, not holding on to anything that's not working, because I just don't feel like that's gonna make you happy. Yeah, it's only gonna cause discontentment. I just want to keep looking. So yeah, start some new beginnings. I feel be open to new beginnings, and be excited for what's to come. Don't feel like you're always going to be stuck. Maybe do things to help you get out of a feeling of being stuck. I also feel like don't hide with the World card. I feel like you're gaining a lot more attention, whether that be in your field. Maybe a lot of people are wanting to start talking to you. I feel like don't be insecure about it. Let your light shine and just be you. Okay, so I'm gonna get one card from here to see any other main messages they want to say. I was just saying, let your light shine. Let that light shine. Okay, we have earth energy on the bottom. What? In Capricorn in stop playing. Like, that is so bizarre. That is so bizarre. Anyway, that's really bizarre. I was talking about that sun energy. Leo is ruled by the sun, so I do feel like it's time for you to shine, especially maybe in the realm of your relationships, or maybe relationships is going to be very important for you during this time. Learning how you connect with others and building strong partnerships with other people. I need to be mindful of the time because I do have things to do today, but I feel like this reading has been a little long. But yes, a lot of changes happening for you, and I feel like when Pluto and Neptune go direct, I don't really know when that is. I'm thinking it may be soon, but don't quote me on it. I do feel a lot of changes in general, like a lot of changes, maybe a little bit more glamour for you with that Neptune, and being sure that you're not allowing illusions to cloud your judgment. Being very clear, not having rose-colored glasses, and making sure you're digging deeper into information with this Y card as well. Researching any information. Like I said, there could be opportunities that you feel are maybe too good to be true, and maybe it could be with this Neptune. So making sure you're doing your research and ensuring that everything is aligned and true and real before you take the actions towards it. But I do feel like you're shining, and a lot of greatness is happening for you. So that is your reading for this Mars retrograde period. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know how it resonates in the comments below, and leave it a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe. Okay, subscribe. So hopefully I remember, hopefully I remember the songs that I was singing, so I can drop them down below if you want to hear them. But yeah, I do have a lab that I have to go to. So wish me luck. But I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for being here, and see you next time. Bye. Hello, Group 3. So nice to have you here with me today for your reading about what's going on for you during this Mars retrograde period. So, just a little bit of a side note about the lighting. It is 7:52 near the fall equinox, so it is going to be getting darker outside. So I have the lamp on, but don't mind me if I stumble over my words. It is also Mercury retrograde. So let's jump in. These oracle cards are going to represent the theme of your Mars retrograde period. Then we're going to get into the tarot for some more specifics and some advice for you during this time. So let's see. Seems like I'm already out of breath. Let me take a beat. Okay, we have North Node. Step out of your comfort zone. Inner peace. Opportunity. And Treasure Island. I get a lot of a watery energy. Makes me think of Pisces or water signs in general, Cancer, Scorpio. You don't have to be any of those signs. You could have those in your chart and maybe it's being affected, especially because Gemini is a mutable sign and that's the sign that Mars is retrograding in. But this reading is for any Mars retrograde period. So I feel that this time is definitely calling for you to connect with your emotions. That seems to be a really big theme for some reason. So interesting. I feel that there's going to be a lot of opportunity presenting itself during this time. And to ensure that you don't approach new opportunities with old methods, it's asking for you to reevaluate some of the things that you've been through, how you have been approaching life thus far, how you have been maintaining your emotional well-being. Do you have any routines or schedules in place to accommodate good days and bad days? You know, what do you do when you don't feel your best? Do you have solutions in place? I don't want to say solutions, but you know, maybe there's a tendency to try to run away from your feelings or to not be in tune with them or to allow yourself to sit with them. I feel a bit of a nervous energy, not like nervous like or social anxiety or like that, but I just feel like a general type of sense, like maybe there's a lot going on. I feel the need to tell you that take time, make time to rest, okay? Because there's a lot happening, but I do feel a need to just slow it down, go with the flow, you know, just do things in a different way. Maybe you're used to being on go, but I do feel a need to rest, to find space within yourself or within your schedule to make just for yourself. And maybe that's out of your comfort zone to take some time alone, but who am I to say? I don't really know. I feel for sure though, it's like meditating or getting down to a root issue in the realm of your emotions. I really feel like I'm talking really slow as well. I think that's maybe adding to the need to slow down. Really thinking out your next steps and revising your actions, revising your approach. It's, you know, I get this imagery of being underwater is like the ocean at night, the moon in the sky, the tides rolling in, and it's like a stillness. And I feel that you'll find the most fulfillment within that stillness, within that calm, and by taking a rest. You know, I feel like I keep saying the same thing, but I feel the more that you try to force a certain outcome or force a certain thing to happen, the more you will feel lost or in the dark about something, when it's asking for you to wait until there's more illumination available or more information available, or take more time with the opportunities that are presented to you. I feel the need to tell you that you don't have to make a decision on the spot. Things may feel rushed, things may feel really hurried, but check in with yourself before you commit yourself to something. Ensure that this is what you really want to do, because the decisions you make now will have long-term ramifications or consequences, and I really see a need to do things differently. Like maybe make decisions in a different way, communicate your feelings in a different way, communicate in general in a new way, open yourself up to new ideas. I feel a need to be open, especially with yourself and with your emotions, because the more you are closed off, especially in the realm of your emotions, the more closed off you are to authentic opportunities to you. And if you try to continue to approach things in whatever way you're doing that, I do see that there will be some internal conflict associated with it. With this number 9 as well, it's making me think of a need to close out a cycle, to take some time out and really sort through what it is that you want and what it is that really matters to you. Have you been on like a default setting, or have you been consciously deciding what it is that you really want in life, or are you just going with what has worked for everyone else? So say like I'm in college right now, and that's the societal standard. You go from high school to college and you get a job. Maybe you're in the same boat. Not that you don't have to be in college, but you're kind of going with what society deems normal or acceptable. And I feel that could cause some conflict for you, because I do feel for you, group 3, there's this wanting for more, or this longing for something outside of the mainstream. And the more distracted you are by the outside world, the more convoluted and cloudy and foggy your future becomes. So I do feel this time is a great time to make more time and take more space to really schedule out quiet time where you turn off your device, you sit to yourself, and you really maybe even write down what your plan is for the next 10 years. Not to say it has to be set in stone, but where do you see yourself? Like, where are you going? Are the decisions that you're making now leading to something substantial, or are you just making decisions just to get by? Which is okay. I mean, as long as you are happy with your choices, that's fine. But I think it's really just asking you to reflect on the decisions that you have been making and see if you are happy with the results of them, and if not, how can you make changes? Why am I out of breath? I have not done anything. So interesting. I feel, some exhaustion maybe. Maybe you guys feel exhausted with what you're doing, or just the overall sense of exhaustion, or overexerting yourself, or putting your energy towards something that may not be giving to you as much as you want it to be giving, or it's just not reciprocal. in some way, whether that be with a person, a situation, a job, whatever. It could literally be anything, even just certain types of food you're eating and it's not really giving you the nutrients that you need. Also, I feel that you guys need to make sure you're staying hydrated with this water energy for sure. Whew. Yeah, definitely some deep breathing practices to calm your nerves, because I do feel, I don't know how I can place words on the energy, but it's just like what my fingers are doing. I just feel like that's what the energy feels like, just like I don't know, it's electric, boogie woogie me. I don't know. So interesting. Yeah, I do feel like this is going to be a reflective period for you and really analyzing what your path is and where you're headed in life. That's going to be the common theme. Okay, that's what I feel. Okay, so I'm going to move on now to the specifics. Let's get into the tarot, because I don't know what else I can pull out of here. You know, I just get Pisces energy from this card, and I feel like wherever Pisces is in your birth chart, that is a good place to get more comfortable with going with the flow, or spending more time with that area of your life. So say, for example, your maybe I should just use my own chart. That might be a little controversial. Yeah, why not? I mean, that's the only thing I think of. So I'm an Aquarius rising, and I have, for using whole sign houses, that would be Pisces in the second house. So for me, that would mean taking more time with maybe self-care, or getting my finances in order, being more lenient or considerate of where my funds are going, which I should be doing that anyway, you know, or just in general with my overall self-worth, being more compassionate and gentle with myself would be a theme for the second house, especially it being a Pisces house. So maybe I should give another example. I don't know, you know, if it's in the seventh house, then maybe being more compassionate and kind and understanding to others, or expressing to others that you need more space, or, you know, whatever. Let's just move on to the tarot. This is not a birth chart analysis. Okay, so let's keep going, and let's see, what else do they need to know about this Mars retrograde period, please, Spirit? What else do they need to know about this Mars retrograde period? As I was talking about self-worth, this is interesting. Very interesting. Ensuring that, yeah, there we go. Distractions are not limiting your growth in any way, or maybe obsessions with certain aspects of your life, or being so caught up in what you want and what you desire that you lose sight of taking practical actions towards something. Also seeing the need to say that, you know, don't put anyone on a pedestal. I feel like see everyone, including yourself, as a regular human being. You know, no one, nothing is better than anything, I feel, you know. And maybe this is also speaking on the need to build up a healthy level of self-confidence and letting go of any self-doubt or insecurities that keep you from really taking charge in your life in a way that is productive to you. Yeah, and with this Seven of Cups, it also makes me think of maybe seeing different things on social media and needing to cut down on social media, or cut down on the type of media you consume, or being more considerate of the type of things you decide to put your attention towards, because I do feel like it could be affecting how you see yourself or what you feel is possible for you. And I do feel that some things are limiting your ability to truly progress forward and grow what it is that you're really trying to grow. Can we get more? Interesting. 3 of Cups. Okay, now I'm getting this overindulgence type of energy. Very interesting. We have 3s. So yeah, I do feel maybe an overabundance of self-doubt, limiting beliefs, or even just an overabundance of, not overabundance, but I'm thinking of an overindulgence, or looking for things outside of you to fill you up instead of looking inward to find what is already within you. Excuse me. Also feeling the need to say to not put the expectations on others to give you the love that you feel that you lack within, which could be a little deep. I feel a need to really connect with yourself. And maybe with this 8 of Swords, I'm getting this different energy of like purposefully putting yourself in a position to really sit with your thoughts, like letting go of the thoughts that you know are not helping you, and developing new ways of thinking, or even just new the word coping mechanisms came to my mind. Maybe more like, instead of scrolling on your phone, maybe meditate, or instead of eating a lot of candy, maybe try to substitute that word fruit. It's like finding healthier alternatives to maybe some of the unhealthy habits in your life. I feel a really big emphasis on habits and how you think, how you interact with other people as well. Maybe this is also talking about spending more time alone and disconnecting from certain relationships that feel draining to you. It's very interesting, this group is. I cannot lie. I cannot lie. It's like a sorting through some self-limiting beliefs, but I also feel for some of you who might be talking to someone or who are in relationships, I do feel like maybe there's this feeling within you of maybe jealousy, or like you feel like there's other people in the dynamic. I just feel like there's a need to really get in tune with what's real and what's not. So that's for some people. I know that won't resonate for everybody, but there's this some really interesting energy, I will say. Can we get more? What else do we need to know about this Mars retrograde for you? So did it want to come out upright or reversed? I'll do it one more time. One more time. Okay. Upright, yes. Okay, see, and it's right in the middle. The King of Cups centering the reading. Yes, a very big need. We see all this water energy, all of this water, all of this water. This Mars retrograde is definitely talking about your internal world and your emotions more than anything else. Okay, and I feel a real need to maybe learn how to identify with which emotions you're feeling in the moment. Are you happy? Are you surprised? Are you disappointed, humiliated? What are the feelings that you feel? Like, do you feel let down? I don't know why I'm pulling these words or these emotions out, but getting in tune with what emotions you are feeling so that you can make more actions towards what truly fulfills you, and really understanding what that is and what you truly value outside of what other people tell you that you should value, or what the society portrays that people's values should be. What are your individual values, and are you sacrificing them for something else or someone else? What truly matters? and maybe there could be a key figure coming into your life, or this could be a counselor who talks to you and helps you to get more in tune with your emotions. But in general, I do feel a real need to connect more deeply with your emotions, for sure. And with this Ace of Cups reverse, it does make me think of needing to, give more love to yourself so that you can feel more optimistic and open to the possibilities of the universe, okay? And that's going to really cause a lot of healing and alchemy of you transforming your life into something you never thought possible, because you have unlocked a new part of yourself by taking time with yourself and your emotions and really sorting that out. Because those closed off parts of us have the key to a new level in our life. So I really feel like those emotions are trying to, think of it like an ocean, and the tides that come in have a key. And if you allow yourself to jump in, you might just find that key, So hopefully that little analogy made sense. But let's keep going. Let me get more. I'm kind of interesting not taking any impulsive actions as well, and that's the thing, you have to ensure that you're in tune with your emotions during this time, because if you are not, you might make decisions that are based on impulses or based on not the best of judgment, especially with this Two of Swords, not seeing things clearly and going after something just because you feel like you want it now, or because it looks good, or because you think it'll make you happy. I feel like I'm impulse, I keep doing that. So I do feel a need to control your impulses and to just gain more control over what you, how you feel. Well, not how you feel, because you can't really control how you feel, but gaining more understanding and control over your emotions as a whole. And not letting them make decisions for you, but allowing them to aid you in making decisions, if that makes sense, okay? Very interesting. So can we get one more, please, for group 3? What else do they need to know about this time? Six of Pentacles, so interesting. Whew. I was talking about some reciprocity or some reciprocal energy not being there, and maybe you giving too much, feeling exhausted, overburdening yourself with a lot of responsibility at this time. And I feel like there's this hesitancy, or this not wanting to take a break, or not wanting to sit down. I feel like you want to be on go, but the more you push, the more you try to keep going, the less you will feel fulfilled. I feel like it's just going to add more on top of what you already have to sort through. And I feel that you're wanting to be super busy to avoid certain emotions, and that's not going to work out. Do feel that you need to give a lot more energy and time to yourself, and not so much to the external world right now. Not to say that you completely stop giving, or you completely stop being considerate of others, but to avoid feeling resentment or feeling like you're being used or not appreciated, I definitely feel that you have to fill up your own cup and ensure that your needs are met before you try to fulfill other people's needs. I feel that there's a sense of imbalance somewhere in your life, whether that be in a relationship, a job, or just your emotions or your personal life in general. This Mars retrograde period is all about bringing things back into balance. Your habits, your emotions, your relationships. It's a great time for that, for sure. Whew. So interesting, group 3. Wow. I feel the need to say that you're not going to miss out on anything, because there could be a fear of missing out. you're not gonna miss out. Okay, that should not be a worry for you, and maybe that's what's preventing you from being still or taking time out. But you're not gonna miss anything. Okay, if anything, you're gonna gain a lot more by taking the rest, taking the time that you need to sort through your life, to find out where you're going, to really get an understanding of what the path ahead looks like. So we have the Two of Swords reversed again on the bottom. That's so interesting. Yeah, I feel a sense of confusion, of feeling like you don't know what's to come. Like you don't know. And that's okay. It's okay to not know, but how do you handle the unknown? And how do you progress forward? You know, don't go back to the familiar ways of doing things just because you're uncertain about the future. That's the perfect time to have curiosity and to get excited about what's to come, and to prepare yourself by releasing your past, releasing whatever is not working anymore, and you know it's not working. Whatever doesn't feel good to you, if you don't feel happy, not happy, but if you don't feel like you made the right decision, you know, don't continue to do that. I don't know if I'm really saying that right, and I don't think I am. Oh my goodness. Help me, please, divine, help me. How do I say it? Maybe I should give an example. Let's say, ooh, I keep thinking of candy. Maybe because Halloween is coming up, but let's say you really love chocolate, and yes, you know, the sweetness of the chocolate melting on your tongue feels and tastes so amazing, but your body is not feeling the same way that your taste buds are. Like, yes, in the moment, that was a great decision, but later on, your body is feeling a little bit more depleted. You know, any decision like that where it looks good in the moment, but after you decide to go that way, you realize maybe that wasn't the best option. And I feel like to avoid those situations, get into what you really need in that moment. What are you really yearning for? And is this opportunity that is presenting itself, is it really going to fulfill me, or is it a quick fix? Period. That's all I can say. I have to move on now. Can we get some advice, please, Spirit? Some advice for group 3. Advice for group 3 during this time, please. Advice for group 3 during Mars retrograde. Oh, wow. I hear get grounded. So important during this time. Get grounded. Maybe reach out to someone who has a lot of wisdom. Maybe even a counselor with this Hierophant card. Someone who has the tools that you need to help you progress forward. Yes, so that you can enjoy life in a more healthy and balanced way, and you walk away from, oh my gosh, so many things are coming up. You walk away from any relationships, any habits, anything that has been, that you've been partaking in, that hasn't been filling you up emotionally, that has been leaving you emotionally empty or drained in some way. Just releasing everything that's been draining you. And maybe that's the repressed emotions that you could have. But I do feel that overcoming some of the anxiety, or maybe even it's really heavy energy, could be a bit of depression for some of you. I don't want to say that and it not apply. If it doesn't resonate, of course don't take it, but I do want to ensure that I am speaking on the things that do come up. So yes, if you do feel like you need to reach out for help, don't hesitate. Do not suffer in silence. Don't suffer alone. If you do feel, like there are thoughts that have become overwhelming, or there are things that have become overwhelming for you, express the need that you have to take time to yourself, or you need a mental health day, or you just need time to relax, okay? To help you to sort through whatever is causing a lot of baggage or emotional baggage, or just is taking a toll on you mentally and physically. Can we get more advice for them, please? Oh, yes. Maybe setting a routine in place, like a healthy morning routine or a healthy evening routine, to help you in general. Let's get more advice, please, Spirit. Can we get more advice for group 3? More advice for group 3, please, during this Mars retrograde period. Yeah, I do feel some sadness here. Some of you, I don't know if you recently have gone through a breakup or a separation with someone. Maybe even a loss of a friendship that could be bringing you a bit of sadness. Really sorry about that, group 3. But I feel, don't try to keep super busy to avoid addressing these feelings. Also, ensure that any relationship that you are engaging with, make sure that it is reciprocal and it is balanced. A balanced give and take, I feel. And also not making sure that you're staying anywhere out of codependency or a fear of being alone. I do get that with the 9 of Swords to Lovers. You won't be alone. But you will if you make decisions based on fearful emotions or subconscious fears. And that's why I think it's extremely important to get in tune with your emotions to clear out this cycle. Whoa. And to help you to better work with others, and to really shine your light in a way that you feel confident about. So interesting. Make sure you're making honoring decisions and making choices that honor you, so that you feel confident. I really see the need to feel confident in your decisions, feel confident in your actions, and it's a reevaluation of, have you been feeling confident in your actions? Also want to say, if you do not feel confident about your past actions, do not beat yourself up about it, okay? It's all part of the journey. It's all a part of learning. So don't dwell on any of your past and how it's gone. Look at it and see how much wisdom you've gained and how you're a better person because of the situations that you've gone through. No need to be critical of yourself, okay? Can we get more, please? More advice for group 3. Oh, beautiful. Oh my gosh. Stand up for yourself as well. When you see that maybe some boundaries have been crossed, put them in place. Put those boundaries up. And do what you need to do to fill your own cup up, okay? Making sure that you feel loved and cherished and nurtured within yourself, and not placing that expectation on someone else to do it for you. This is your job, okay? This is your job. Your job is to love yourself and to not give that power away to someone else. Very real, very raw, okay? There could be a wound to your emotional well-being. Maybe you're used to imbalanced relationships, or you're used to seeing unhealthy dynamics, but I feel it's very important to sort through those feelings, because you could make decisions based on false notions. Is what I feel. Big on emotions. Goodness gracious, big on emotions. So interesting. Your self-worth is also very important. That's why I'm thinking back to that example I gave of my chart. How convenient that I have Pisces in my 2nd house, and that's about feeling worthy and having self-worth. So, one more card, please, Spirit. I really feel like I want to take my time with you, group 3. You feel very complex. There's a lot of layers to you, and it's like peeling an onion. You work so hard, but underneath that, there's a lot of emotions going on, And it's like, do others even see that about you? I feel like you're like a poker face type person. Like, you don't let people see this. You don't want people to look at you as a vulnerable person. I feel like you don't want to be seen as vulnerable. I don't know what it is. It's like a wall. It's like, bust through that wall, you know? I really feel like it's time to break it down, because there's nothing good that's going to come from having it up. So let the wall fall and let the love come in, you know? I feel like you might feel that you'll be overwhelmed by your emotion, but let it happen, okay? Let it release. Let it all go. Interesting. That's why I'm taking, Spirit, because there is a lot of confusion here, and I feel it. It's a lot of confusion. There we go with that Four of Pentacles, a wall. You don't want to let anything in, and you don't want to let anything out. Unfortunate. That is what's preventing healing. No. Oh man. See, and this is why this is the advice. You know, such loaded messages they decide to give me on this night of September 22nd. Oh, my heart is racing a little bit. Interesting. So let me, Judgment's gonna go right there. Seven of Cups here. Yeah, there is some confusion, okay? And I want to say, not all of our thoughts are true. Sometimes we have to realize and make a proper, how can I put this? With the Seven of Cups, I do feel the need to really decide what's true and what's not, clearing out confusion. And I feel like, oh, this is powerful. Do you see how these are basically the same card? I've never picked up on that. You're getting a lot of clarity, okay? Sit with this confusion for a while and see what you really want, what really reigns true for you, and watch how things start clearing up, how clarity comes through, and you rejoice, okay? A new you is reborn because you've taken the time to let the old die, okay? I don't want to be super dark, but I do feel a very transformative period. You know, I was looking at this butterfly on my watch, and it's making me think for you, Group 3, it's a very transformative time, especially in the realm of your emotions and internally. It feels quite big, to be honest. With this judgment call, I feel like there's going to be a judgment call. I meant to say, with this judgment card, I feel like there's going to be a wake-up call. Look at my brain working faster than my mouth, okay? There will be a wake-up call for you. So no matter what, this is going to have to happen, whether it be by your doing or by the divine. We have an angel or a divine being here. I feel like the universe is going to intervene quite soon, or intervene during this process so that you can open up to the wisdom and insight that is waiting to be had here. I do just feel like there is going to be a level of confusion, maybe within how you feel. You're not really sure how you feel, but you gain more understanding about it. So don't worry, okay? I feel like it's all part of the process, and it's helping you to learn how to release control and what parts of life you can control and what parts can you not, and being okay with both, so that you can feel more at ease. You can allow things to progress forward. You can allow life to unfold without feeling like you have to grab onto something or you have to latch onto it before it's gone. Like, life flows, things come and go, and that's just a way of life. And I feel that's a main lesson for you to learn, is to release and allow life to flow. And right before I did this reading, I did a mini meditation, and I don't know if it was me repeating it or what, but I just keep hearing release, release, release. And that's what I feel for you, group 3. Release, release, okay? Whew. Very interesting, very interesting. So very deep, okay? This Judgment card feels really big, though. Feels like the ending for a new beginning, but the ending is not happy. I don't know, it's not gonna provoke super happy feelings. I feel like you're confronting difficult feelings so that you can open up to happy feelings. Releasing. Let me get some of these astrology cards here, so we can get just a little bit more. Anything else for group 3, please, Spirit? Anything else I need to know for group 3? That's too many. No. But we have Capricorn. I did feel a little bit of earthy energy, okay, because it made me think of like Capricorn moon. That is a tough placement, and it is very very not liking to feel vulnerable. I feel like the sign of Capricorn is not a sign that likes to feel vulnerable, but the thing about it is the sign of Capricorn is a sea goat. Okay, so it is meant to go to the highest of heights and the lowest of lows, okay, and it survives both. So the thing about the Capricorn, I just feel like the lesson is to learn to be as good with the lows as you are with the highs, because both it adds another layer of life. It's like it makes life worth living when you have all the colors to paint with. It's like my Mercury's in the 12th house, so don't mind me speaking in metaphors. Okay, what I think of like with a rainbow, we have blue, purple, indigo. Maybe work on your higher chakras as well, but we have those darker colors as much as we have the light colors, and the light colors wouldn't be as appreciated if we didn't have the dark colors, and the dark colors wouldn't be as appreciated if we didn't have the light colors. Like the yin and yang, black and white. It's not so black and white. Both are needed, and pay more attention to the gray area. It's like, where am I going? Anyway, I haven't even gotten cards. Your group is just very interesting, group 3. I'm sure this is probably going to be the longest reading. So, can we get some closing remarks, please? We have Gemini. Of course we have Gemini. Of course we have Gemini. Mars is retrograding in that sign, so wherever that's happening in your chart, pay close attention to what decisions you're making there, and how can you approach situations in a new way. What new skills can you learn? What new activities can you implement? What new things can you do to get you out of your comfort zone? Okay, and how can you have more inspiration and passion in your life that is outside of anything that's currently in your life? I feel like expanding your horizons and not only placing your happiness in one category, in one box, one person, one job, you know, it's like diversifying your interests, diversifying your avenues of happiness, you know, and maybe implementing more things to do when you are happy, when you are sad, when you have the full range of emotions. Okay, so can we get more, please? That fire and that candle is very still. There it is, that message of stillness being important for your group. Okay, being okay with being still. Can we get more, please, for group 3? Venus. Self-love immediately came to my mind. And Pisces. Venus is exalted in the sign of Pisces. feeling more compassion and love and gentleness for yourself. Okay. Also, Venus is all about being balanced and diplomatic. So ensuring that that's what you're doing with your interactions with others. But I also feel the need to focus on some self-pampering. Excuse me, oh my goodness. It's made me think of implementing some art. Yes, Pisces and Venus, of course, art. Maybe dabbling in art or expressing yourself in new ways. Also getting like self-care, like bath, having some tea, moving your body, dancing, interpretive type of ways of expressing your emotions or expressing yourself, diversifying the way that you express yourself, and trying new things, with that. Yeah, can we get more? Oh, Venus is so beautiful. My goodness. Such a beautiful energy. 11th house. Interesting. Reaching out to friends or joining a new club, getting more interactive with new groups, new associations, new dynamics, getting more out in the world, exploring the world, joining like-minded or meeting like-minded individuals, putting yourself in a place to meet those people. Sorry for the noise in the back, but I also need to say my mind is working fast again. I need to say to balance your external interaction with your private life and making sure you're feeling balanced enough to interact with other people. Yeah, for sure. The friends, making good friends or interacting with the good friends that you already have. Let me get more. One more, please. Thank you for these beautiful messages. My goodness. Has this been deep? Can we get one more, please? One more. Thank you. Fixed. That makes me think of come up with a plan and be determined on following it. With the moon card as well, ensuring that you're not becoming too fixated on certain emotions that may come up, but allowing it to come like tides, letting them go like waves, and honoring them as they come and as they go. And I also feel the need to not be too fixated on any aspect of your life. It's good to be determined about something, but it's up to a point. It can become an obsession, and that's it's become unhealthy at that point. Like, yes, if you have a goal, it's great to stay fixed on achieving that goal, but when it's become a tunnel vision type thing, it's like you're closing out the rest of your world for this one thing, and when that happens, it's least likely or less likely for it to bring you happiness when you do achieve that goal, because you have isolated yourself from so many other avenues of happiness. So always check in with your emotions, always ensure that you're feeling balanced in that area. And yeah, emotions are big. So wherever the mutable signs are in your chart, look at that area of your life and see if you're too fixated on it, or see if you have not been giving enough time to it. So that is Pisces, Gemini, Sagittarius, and I said water, air, Virgo. Why do I have 5 fingers up? Why do I have 5 fingers up? Virgo, Gemini, Pisces, Sagittarius. What? Why? Anyway, so yes, I am feeling a little bit woozy after this reading, so I am going to have to call it quits here. Thank you Group 3 for being here. Thank you for letting me do this reading for you. I would love to hear how this resonated for you in the comments. Leave it a like if you enjoyed and subscribe for more. And let me know how this Mars retrograde goes for you or how it is going for you. And I really hope that you got what you needed from this reading. I sincerely hope so. That is why I'm here. But wow, has this been quite interesting. Open up to your emotions and watch the blessings come in. Okay, so that is my final message for you, Group 3, and I thank you again. I'll talk to you later, and have a great time. Bye.